Senator Rick Santorum, candidate for President of the United States here, running for the Republican primary. John Villarreal from Conservative Media. We can walk and talk. I know your people need to get you somewhere. So what's the vibe of this race right now? I mean, you did really well last night. A lot of buzz about you right now. What's your sense of it?
Look, I'm glad you're hearing that. I mean, people have been very kind to me as I've walked around the hall, and you know, one of the things I believe in my life, and as well as in this campaign, take it a day at a time. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Work hard and stay on your message and respond to the questions that people ask you, and so they can get to know who you are and what you believe in and what you want to do.
Now, you have an interesting background. From what I understand, your family was in the coal mining business, and I'm actually from Western Pennsylvania myself, and I understand that whole situation.
To say my family was in the coal mining business sort of overstates the case a little bit. My grandfather was a coal miner, and so we weren't in the business. My grandfather was.
But he worked in mines. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Worked in the deep mines. He worked for 30 years till he was 72, digging coal, and it left an indelible mark on me. It's one of the reasons I actually went to Somerset County, Pennsylvania, to announce for president, because of him.
Now,
what he did for me in sacrificing for my freedom.
Why do you feel like you're the best choice for president of the United States?
Well, you know, it's about leadership. It's about experience. It's about ability to win key races and stand up against the heat that will come in Washington D.C. to get things done. And it's got to win, and then you got to deliver. And I think I have a track record of doing both.
Now, you've criticized Governor Romney and what people call Romney Care, what he did in Massachusetts. Do you feel, what's your criticism on that, and do you feel like there's any serious material difference between Romney Care and Obamacare?
They are both top-down, government-run healthcare systems, and that's the problem. It's Governor Romney went along with a plan with the government micromanagement of healthcare, and my solutions from the first term I was in the Congress of the United States was a consumer-based, bottom-up program of healthcare reform that was based on the principles that made this country great and markets that made this country the most competitive and the most dynamic and the most caring and compassionate. So it's just it's a fundamental flaw in his thinking, and we see it repeated even in his question yesterday on education. You know, he was talking about, you know, the role of the federal government in education.
What do you feel are your best qualities as a politician and as a leader?
I always say that I've got a lot of courage to stand up and fight for the things I believe in.
We've seen that.
A little wisdom and discernment is maybe a little weakness, but certainly, you know, if I tell you we're going to do something, we're going to do it, and we're going to do our best to make it happen. And that's what I think people are looking for: someone who is very plain-spoken, tells you what they believe in, why they want to do what they're going to do, and then has the courage to go out and follow through and get it done.
Now, what made you get in this race? I mean, you have a big, loving family. You had served the good people of Pennsylvania for a while. What was the sort of situation where you looked at this president and this economy that made you say, I'm going to get into this race?
Obamacare. Obamacare is the game changer for me. It obviously is already harming the economy. It will destroy this economy, and it will destroy freedom. It will destroy the very founding principles of our country. It will turn us into the kind of state, as I mentioned last night, that we rebelled against, and that we should not let Barack Obama be the next George III and rule us from above.
Now, do you feel like yourself or the Republican nominee can beat President Obama, and how is that done?
If there's anybody that's got a track record of defeating Democratic incumbents, it's me. There's only one person in this race who won in a swing state, a state that if we win the election, and that's me.
How do people find out more about you and your campaign?
RickSantorum.com.